I'm just really aware that. So there's definitely been a tendency I've seen for people to sort of repeat phrases like "my liberation." Oh God, I'm gonna say it even wrong now, but like, you know, these sayings where people say stuff like "my liberation is totally bound up in everyone's, and no one is free until we are all free."
Yeah.
These phrases, which are so profound and deep in their meaning, so weighty and so beautiful, can become pithy very quickly if they're not attached to actual like engagement with what they mean when things come up, and like the living through them as active. You know, they're not fucking fridge magnet phrases. These are, but they can be. But they can be if we're not careful.
Yeah, and just become totally shallow.
Yeah.
Should we be prepared to die for the struggle against all oppressions like Marsha did?
Oh, fucking hell, because we would not... Marsha never wanted to die.
No.
No one wanted Marsha to die.
Mm.
We don't want people to die. This is the thing, like, living is the most beautiful thing. To wake up and to be alive, my God, it's phenomenal. And, like, I don't ever want to be part of something where that is like, oh God, it's such a difficult thing to think about, because there are people who've given their lives, like, you know, the monks that immolate themselves to draw attention to or
like Nelson Mandela or Steve Biko. They knew I might have to die.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm talking from a place where I don't think I have to die. Apart from, like, you know, I nearly killed myself last year because of the stress around stuff I've been doing. But that's very different to, like, having a gun to my head by, like, agents that are paid by the CIA, which is other people's reality. And I feel like a responsibility to stay alive and, like, use my consciousness and privilege in a way that's actually, like, a meaningful feat of allyship. And, like, because the most likely way I could die for this struggle is by my own hand, and I don't want to do that. And that's just like a cold analysis of, like, the inequality of things and, the duty I have within that. We don't want anyone to die for this. Like, it's horrendous that the situation is so bad sometimes that it seems like the most effective and, like, the way that someone feels called to be part of the movement. And I respect that incredible sacrifice so much, whilst just doing, like, an efficiency analysis. I think me doing that, like, I don't want to do it anyway, but I don't think it would be the most valuable use.
Tell us a bit more about when you were saying about waking up and being alive is, the most beautiful thing. Tell us a bit about that. I've been thinking about that recently as well.
So it's so nice when you ask questions like this, because I'm, like, I have been very, very sad for the last few months, and it's really nice it's really beautiful to actually connect with that. But, like, when I stop and properly look at stuff, like, look at the light, the sunlight, like, the sun has risen again.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is where I can be tendency to cheesiness, but, like, it's amazing.
No, it's true.
The sun just rose all by its fucking self.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know, it's true.
Amazing.
And it's really buff. Like, stay around here sometime and come running by the Thames in the morning.
Oh, mate, I'd love to.
It's
stuff
out.
like the sea moves.
Yeah.
Because of, like, the moon and shit, and I don't really understand what's going on, and I like that I don't understand, because it's magic.
Yeah.
It's magic. It does it all by itself. It's just gorgeous.
I'm going to email you Anne Hope, who's co-founder of TFT, essay on awe and wonder in the world. It's
yes.
so great.
One of my pals did a PhD on awe. And we spoke very briefly about it once. Yeah, he's such
an awe professor.
Such a wonder being.
Yeah.
And, like,
literally a wonder being. He actually is. Yeah.
I need to tell him that. But like, you need that stuff to keep, like, I want to always be amazed by things, and like, if I look at it just long enough, like, sometimes when I wake up, like, you know, the feeling of being in bed and like I'm covered by a blanket, like, it's so delicious.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just like taking stock on like being grateful. And yeah, as someone who really struggles with depression sometimes, those moments are like, they do keep me alive in a macro sense, but they are tiny little glimpses of like the beauty of everything is. You know, I don't need to go to the Great Barrier Reef to know the deep beauty that there is.
Mm-hmm. It is like, and these reminders of exactly that come and go. But I really had one the other day. Exactly fun. Really had one the other day. I guess it's the closest or the only time I've ever had, not midlife crisis, but I was like, it really dawned on me the other day. I was like, why did I start thinking about that? I think it's because I was like, I'm going to be 36 this year, and therefore, I was like, wow, in like 40 years, I might not be alive. That's shit. I think I'm invincible. I love being alive. Maybe I will live to 100. Who knows? And whatever, I don't really know what I believe about reincarnation, but like, this is banging. I don't want to go anywhere. This is banging. Like. And when you have those moments of like, hang about, I want this to last forever.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the first time I've ever had that. I was like, and obviously I've thought about life and death loads and meaning of it, blah, blah, but not like, oh wait, hang on.
Oh,
yeah.
And you make other people feel like that. That's also magic. Like, when you send that fucking email about your My Little Pony butt. And
what did I say about my butt?
You sent a little picture of My Little Pony and you were talking about your queer funeral plans.
Oh, that's the chapter.
Like,
yeah.
And it's just like, oh,
yeah.
There's all sorts of feelings that are happening.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Political funerals is something else in the book. Tell us a story about your favourite Queer London spot, which you've never told anyone, that is dug deep in your soul, and place it geographically.
Ooh, so it would have to be that point on the Thames where we did that ritual.
Auntie Sharon. Wow, I'm so glad you picked that.
Because like, I'm someone who is really lucky to have experienced a lot of stuff and things, and the complexities of all the detail often get lost, and all that remains is like memory of the feeling. And what I felt that night was like, it felt like, you know, for millennia humans have been like congregating in groups and like going to water to do rituals. Yeah. And like, that doesn't happen that much in my life in that way. That was a silent walk, a reverential, like, we were holding stones. Like, I don't know much about evolution, but I think at some point we were stones or something. Someone told me that recently. Yeah. Maybe they were really high. But there was something...
Were we? I need to put that in the book. That's great. Were we stones? I'll wake up tomorrow morning and be like, what? Okay. Yeah.
I think we were. I think we were. But anyway, there's this... The world I inhabit is full of, you know, apps and like imaginary money and the internet and stuff that isn't tangible, but like humans touching stones and going to a moving bit of water. Yeah. There's something really deep and historical in that, and like, as someone who was born into a family that felt like there was no tradition, no culture, no sense of belonging in that lineage of those interactions, that it feels like something right. Like we've carved this little space within London. London is crazy. Yeah. Carved this little space to be like, no, we still do this. Humans still do this. They haven't managed to smash it out of us so far. Yeah. And that gives me hope. And hope is not this like floofy, optimistic, like away in the fairy with the fairies thing. Although I do like to be away with the fairies. Yeah. It's like, it's really like strong, powerful, like blood and guts stuff. Yeah. And that's, I felt hope that night, and so that's my queer place in London.
Oh, brilliant. Can you actually...